The Olight M1t Raider. This is a newer light from Olight, and as you can see, it's a nice everyday carry backup size light. It's kind of palm size of your hand, and I like this light in the fact that it is small without being too small. It's small, but not being like this, where I will put this in my pocket, forget that it's there, and I wash it. This is small enough that you can put it in your pocket. You know it's there. You shouldn't anyway, forget that it's there. So you won't wash it, but it's still small enough that you can take it out, fits in the palm of your hand, and is plenty bright at 500 lumens. Retail on this is $39.99. I'll put some links down below. You can check that out. This runs on either 1CR123 or an RCR123. And like I mentioned, puts out either 500 lumens on high or 5 lumens on low. It says it will throw that 500 lumens 97 meters or 318 feet. Because of the lens on this, this has a TIR, total internal reflection lens, and this lens puts out a nice diffuse beam. And because of that, it's not a super thrower. I think you probably won't get a full football field of meaningful use out of this light. You can see the beam pattern there. It's a little bit less focused than it comes out appearing on the screen there. On the screen, it's pretty well demarcated in real life. Not looking at it through the camera, it's actually got a little more diffuse edges. But it's a nice light for kind of a good broad everyday carry use, or if you are a law enforcement officer and you have your duty light and you're going to maybe carry a backup light, like a backup gun, this is a nice small light to carry for that and still puts out 500 lumens on high. Not that I am by any means an LED master, but this has a new LED for me. The Luminous SST40 LED. I couldn't tell you how that differs from the Crees. My level of knowledge of LEDs is that I push on the back of the light here and bright stuff comes out of the front. That's what I know about them. But a different LED on this paired with that TIR lens to give a nice soft diffuse beam. So it's a nice everyday carry light, but still has some tactical functions with the user interface. Looking at the light in back here, there is the tail button. The tail button is a soft press, momentary, or full click. I'll get into the user interface in a bit. There is a spot for the lanyard there. Speaking of that, here's what comes with it. Comes with a lanyard, the instruction manual, and kind of the standard Olight box these days. The tail cap here unscrews. On the inside here, comes with the battery. Always appreciate the lights these days that are coming with batteries. That goes down in there and screws back on. It is IPX8 rated, as are all lights. Moving down, it has their new bi-directional pocket clip. I love their new pocket clip because you can either put it this way in your pocket, tip up, tip down. You can mount it on a hat. Lots of different options for that. I love their new pocket clips. On the body here, they have what they refer to as their double helix knurling. And not that you really need a lot of grip on this, but it gives it both a nice design and probably a little bit of extra grip. It just kind of looks nice on it. Down into the head, the Olight logo there. On the other side, the model name. And then at the tip there, they have their standard blue anodizing finish, which always looks nice, and then the lens, which I mentioned. The user interface on this is pretty basic. It always comes on to high. Has a half press, will come onto that 500 lumens, or you can full press and it will stay on at the 500 lumens. You can also double press high, low, and it will go down to the 5 lumens, and you can either momentary it and off, or you can leave it clicked on. It will do the 500 lumens for 5 minutes, and then it will ramp down to 300 lumens, and it will do that for 2 hours, and it will do that 5 lumens for 100 hours. Function-wise, as an everyday carry light, sometimes I feel like I would like it to come on to the low first, because if you're going to use this in a night where 5 lumens is plenty bright for some close-up stuff, maybe you don't want to ruin your night vision going at 500 and then ramping down to the 5 lumens. But because this light is more of a tactical military light, that M stands for their military tactical series. And for that type of purpose, you always want this to come onto the high if you're going to use it for, say, some room searching or things like that. Speaking of that, the button here, it's not a super firm press. So you can momentary press it if you want to do some room sweeps with it. But the full click does not take a whole lot of extra pressure. So if you're wanting to just do a momentary, in the heat of the moment with the adrenaline, you may accidentally full press it unwillingly. So if you can keep the adrenaline out of your finger, it should work fine for that. But otherwise, for for general use, it's fine for that momentary, or click it all the way on. Otherwise, that's about it for this light. Like I said, it's pretty straightforward light. I like the fact that it is not too big. I like the fact that it puts out a nice bright 500 lumens with kind of a diffuse beam, so it's a great everyday carry use type beam. Not a big thrower, but again, for a small compact light like this, you wouldn't expect that. It fits well in your hand, it fits well in your pocket. Their new pocket clip, lots of great stuff about this, and very reasonably priced at $40. So check it out down below. I'll put the link, and I will see you again next time. But this is the Olight M1t Raider.